Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. I want to thank you for joining us today on the show. As always, right here on Red Carpet, we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in fashion, in film and television from around the world. Let's get on with the show. And the Olympics are finally here. Africans are bringing home medals from the Tokyo Olympics. Swimmer Ahmed Hafnoui of Tunisia made history as the first African to win a gold medal in the men's 400-meter freestyle. In Taekwondo, Ivory Coast Ruth Bagby won bronze, following up on her bronze from the Rio Olympics in 2016. And in more Olympic news, Burkinabe triple jumper Hugh Fabrice Zango is in Tokyo looking to hop, skip and jump his way to Burkina Faso's first Olympic medal. VOA's Henry Wilkins reports from Ouagadougou.
No Burkinabe has ever won a medal at the Olympic Games. Young athletes like Khaled Sawadogo, though, seen here practicing the triple jump, are taking inspiration from a former member of their athletics club who looks set to do just that.
You know, when you start athletics in Burkina Faso, you have the impression that you are at the bottom of the ladder. But he proved by breaking the world record, jumping more than 18 meters, we can do it as well.
28-year-old Hugues Fabrice Zango, shown in these pictures leaping into the record books in January, became the first person ever to jump more than 18 meters in an indoor triple jump. Optimism for his performance in Tokyo is running high.
The pressure is mounting because there are a lot of expectations at these Olympic Games. We are arriving with a lot of ambitions to bring back Burkina Faso's medal. That's a positive thing. It proves that we can accomplish great things.
Burkina Faso is one of the least developed countries in the world. It's also in the middle of a conflict that has ravaged parts of the country, displacing more than 1.2 million people. Zango said on Twitter earlier this month that winning the country's first medal could help bring hope for the country's future. Zango's parents, meanwhile, say the secret to producing an Olympic medal contender is spotting talent early and nurturing it.
We
knew from his early school years he was someone who was curious, who likes to learn, and who likes to push himself as far as possible.
As far as food went, he always told me that to be a good athlete, there are things he couldn't eat. I did what I could and helped him change his diet.
Zango is also pursuing a PhD in electrical engineering at Artois University in France and fits his athletics career around his studies. His high school coach says his former student breaking the world record is already benefiting Burkinabe athletics, regardless of what happens in Tokyo.
A lot of Burkinabe sportsmen can look up to Zango, but also many parents want their children to do athletics now. This is a really positive thing for us.
Sawadogo, for one, says Zango has inspired him to aim for the Olympics.
Yes, it is the dream of every athlete to go to the Olympics. I am aiming for 2024. I am making it my personal goal.
As Burkina Faso waits with bated breath to see if Zango brings home a medal, the triple jump final is scheduled for August 5th. Henry Wilkins for VOA News, Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso.
Now, breakdancing joins the Olympics in Paris in 2024. 3 of the world's top competitors met in New York City to talk about what it means for their dance. Let's go! 33-year-old dancer Fabiano Lopez is from Paraná, Brazil, better known to his 500,000 Instagram followers as B-Boy Neguin. Lopez told the Associated Press that he discovered breaking nearly 30 years ago.
It takes years and sweat, blood and tears for us to create a move, and so I think overall society needs to understand a little bit more of how amazing this art form, just like as football, as a soccer or a basketball player.
He coaches other dancers and looks forward to the games as either a contender or a coach.
Regardless who's going to be judging, how it's going to be judging, who's in control of this, who's competing, who's coaching, all of that. At the end of the day, it's something that makes hip-hop, it makes this culture rise above. This is all it matters for me.
26-year-old breakdancer Katrina Pavlenko from Kharkiv, Ukraine, dances under the name Big Girl Kate.
Competition, yeah, it's always stressful, but I don't know, just to embrace the moment and try to be present. That's my main goal for now. And I don't know, I think breaking is so beautiful because it's a very difficult dance and you can be all over the place. You can fly, you can spin, you can do all these incredible movements. I think it's just the moment of being 360 degrees all over the place makes this dance so unique and hard and beautiful. So I just hope it's only gonna get better.
She looks forward to seeing breakdancing elevated on the world stage in 2024. 27-year-old breakdancer Victor Montalvo from Florida says he was inspired to breakdance by his father and his father's twin, who used to dance in their native Mexico.
There's a foundation to this. You have to create your own identity. You have to have your own originality. You have to be creative. You have to dance to the music. There's a foundation with the moves, that you have to learn to understand more of it, to have more vocabulary.
The Olympic event will be called breaking, as it was by US hip-hop pioneers in the 1970s. And now to some film news. Lebron James leads the tunes against the Goons in SpaceJam, A New Legacy, the sequel to the 1996 movie that had Michael Jordan headlining with Bugs Bunny.
In the new film, James wishes for both of his sons to follow in his footsteps and play basketball, despite one of his kids being a child prodigy in computer software. At the film's world premiere, actress Sonequa Martin-Green told the Associated Press that her folks were hoping she would become a white-collar professional.
Oh man, well I grew up in the South, and my parents, they wanted anything that, they wanted doctor, lawyer, you know what I mean? They wanted those things that are sort of heralded. Once they realized I was supposed to be an actor, there was a little bit of adjustment, but they ended up being really supportive and proud.
Don Cheadle said his parents gave him the freedom to be, quote, whatever I wanted to be. For Cheadle, that approach seemed normal. It wasn't until he was much older that he realized not all parents are as immediately supportive.
Yeah, not until much older. Not until I started talking to my friends and they're like, no, that's not how that usually goes. So yes, I'm very fortunate and was very blessed, and I'm glad to have been raised in this way. And the movie kind of shines a light on how important it is to let kids find their own voice.
Director Malcolm D. Lee said his parents let him follow his own path.
My parents were pretty much like they were okay with me doing whatever I would like. They didn't really have any dreams for me other than to pursue and make sure that I could do whatever I wanted. So they put me in the best situations with education and the right environment. So that was the main thing.
SpaceJam: A New Legacy is available on HBO Max and in theaters.
And now let's get into some fashion. A Somali-American fashion designer is launching a line of headscarves with a major North American retailer to give Muslim women more options to make hijabs more visible to US shoppers. VOA Somali's Mahmoud Maskadi has our story from Minnesota, narrated by Radia Adam.
Shoppers at this Nordstrom department store in Minneapolis have some new choices with the addition of headscarves from the local Somali-American design firm Henna and Hijabs. CEO Hilal Ibrahim says Muslim women are underrepresented in U.S. retail.
So this partnership is really special. We work together to create pieces in this collection that will be sold in stores across the country and in Canada. And my hope is that young Muslim women and girls will be able to walk into Nordstrom stores and now purchase their full outfit, including their hijab as well.
Ibrahim started selling hijabs at a local hospital gift shop when she saw some patients had to cover their heads with blankets. Partnering with her firm on this line of silk, cotton, and chiffon hijabs is just the opportunity Nordstrom was looking for, says the company's senior director of diversity, Mohammed Omar.
The work here with Henna and Hijab And Halal Ibrahim really exemplifies the work that we've been going after for some time and helping to bring product lines to different segments of the market that have been untouched before.
Ibrahim says partnering with Nordstrom helps make hijab a more visible part of American culture.
As a Somali Muslim-American woman, it showcases that it's okay. Hijabs are normal. It's a part of American culture, and I want to normalize that. I want people to come into stores and see hijabs and say, that is just as American as wearing a t-shirt.
Nordstrom says Ibrahim's hijab collection is available online and in 16 stores across North America. For Mahmoud Masade in Minneapolis, Razia Adam, VOA News, Washington, D.C.
So have you been on safari? Well, a new attraction has opened in Atlanta, Georgia that is meant to make visitors feel like they are on a safari. At nearly 3,000 square meters, the 360-degree room shows life-size images from African plains projected on towering walls.
The combination of large projections of wild natural surroundings delivered by high-tech means is what's so amazing, CEO Alan Greenberg tells the Associated Press.
So the amazing thing about an illuminarium is the technology and how we use it. So when you walk in to our safari, you see it with your own eyes, just like you'd see it if you were there. You hear it in extraordinary ways through this beam-forming audio that we have. You feel it in your bones through the haptic system in our floor. You smell it in the air through our scent systems.
A safari guide of sorts gets visitors acquainted in the first room, as scenes from Africa are displayed on the high walls.
What we do at Illuminarium is we democratize extraordinary experiences. We want to do things people dream about. And I think if I walk down the belt line here and I asked 1,000 people, have you been to Africa? Have you been on safari? Probably 98% of them haven't. But if I ask those 98%, would you like to? I'm pretty sure they'd say, that's a dream.
The hit attraction is looking to expand to other locations, including Las Vegas, Miami, and Chicago.
And to end our show this week, we have a look at a story about the connection between religion and Korra music in Senegal. AFP has more. In the Kor Musa Abbey just east of Senegal's capital Dakar, monks in blue-gray robes lift their hands in prayer before breaking into a chant accompanied by the Kora, a traditional West African harp. Father Olivier Marissa explains how the Kora is incorporated in their routine.
La Kora est comme un pont.
The Korra is like a bridge, if I may say so. It helps us to transcend something, to elevate the soul. It helps to unite hearts, to unite voices. It allows us to build a certain harmony between us and a harmony with God as well.
Koras have long been the instrument of choice for the traditional West African singers, storytellers, and oral historians known as griots. Brother Marie Fermin and another monk produce between 40 to 50 koras a year in a small workshop dotted with half-finished instruments, woodworking equipment, and religious iconography.
Even though the monastery was not where the Korra originated, the monastery has just followed the process of modernization of the Korra. They, the founding fathers of the monastery, found a Korra that was traditional from the griot, traditional West African singers, storytellers, and oral historians. But today, the paradox is that it is the griot who use the modern Korras of Kor Musa.
Most of the roughly 35 monks at Kor Musa are Senegalese, part of a small Christian minority in a country where over 95% of the people are Muslim. And with that, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Funganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We're also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.